Hi, I'm Dr. Lance Morris, and welcome to my weekly YouTube posting. This is number 13 in a sequential series. In 1967, there was a flood in my hometown of Fairbanks, Alaska. The entire city was inundated. Most people had to evacuate to higher ground. We lived in a two-story house, which was unusual for Fairbanks. We moved to the second floor and tied our boats to the second floor deck railing. As a kid, I loved it. Every day I would get up at the crack of dawn. I would spend all day in my canoe alone and scour the neighborhood rescuing cats and dogs from rooftops and trees. It was amazing. As I filled our house with all these stray animals, they all got along. No growling, hissing, or fighting. They all seemed to understand the situation and realized that normal animal behavior needed to be suspended due to extraordinary circumstances. The bulk of the flood waters lasted about 5 days. Near the end of that first week, as waters were starting to recede, one of our neighborhood restaurants reopened on an emergency basis. We were all excited for a break. The primary means of transportation was still our boats, so it was really fun to pull up to the restaurant in one. The only thing the restaurant was serving was fried chicken and mashed potatoes with butter and gravy. Wow, did it smell and taste fabulous. As I was eating like a starving animal, I had a flash and realized that I'd been so preoccupied with my task to save animals that I had been virtually fasting all week. I had never intentionally fasted before, and my parents had been so busy themselves, involved in helping to transport people to higher ground and trying to shore up critical living infrastructure, that they didn't realize I hadn't been eating either. All of a sudden, in the middle of the meal, I realized that I did not feel good. I attempted to say something to my parents, but couldn't. I tried to stand up, and then the room started spinning. The next thing I remember was flashing in and out of consciousness, traveling in our boat. The local hospital had been flooded out. So on an emergency basis, several multi-story buildings downtown had been converted into emergency medical facilities. My parents took me to one of them. Neither during nor after this episode did the doctors have any idea of the cause of my affliction. It was not until many years later that I realized what had happened. The first clue was during college that my wife shared a story about one of her professors. He was a very disciplined and experienced faster. This is someone that intentionally consumes a modified caloric diet, only juices or nothing but water for an extended period of time. This is done for both physical health and spiritual insight. In this particular incident, my wife's teacher had gone on a 30-day water-only fast. All experienced fasters know how critically important it is to break the fast correctly, incrementally, with juices, then salads and steamed vegetables for several days. The greatest danger is consuming dietary fats too early, as this may cause what's referred to as refeeding syndrome. Please join me next week as we explore refeeding syndrome and what happened to me in 1967. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content. Thank you.